You're absolutely right. Hello, friends, and welcome to The One Show with Alex Jones.
And Chris Evans. Tonight,
more baby reindeer. Very good. It's very good, that.
more potential sports personalities of the year.
Too good. And Arthur Smith and Health and Safety Officer Ed Friend investigate the dangers of Christmas.
But first, our guest tonight created and starred in the king of costume dramas, one watched by more than 1 billion people worldwide.
Here she is in the role that made her famous.
Your Majesty, I am Rose, head house parlour maid, and I think it's very mean of you not to let us female servants wait at table. I always thought you rather liked having women around.
Rose?
Here, would you like me to sit on your knee?
Get out of that chair at once.
All right,
Welcome to the creator and star of Upstairs Downstairs, Jean Marsh.
Jean Marsh! How are you, Jean?
I'm very well, obviously.
Well, welcome to the programme. You got some odd letters about your uniforms, your outfits in Upstairs Downstairs, didn't you?
Who told you that?
The researcher, actually.
Oh, well, simple. Yes, I unlike all these sort of beautiful rich girls upstairs with their lovely clothes, they didn't get them. Slightly oversexed upstairs gentlemen used to write to me and say, Rose, I'm going to ring the bell and I want you to come up to the morning room and I want you to bend over the fire and get some coal, and while you're doing that, I'm going to throw your clothes over your head, etc.
There you are. The researcher didn't tell us that.
No, that was good news. Upstairs Downstairs is back this Christmas after 35 years, and we'll be showing you a little bit of that later on.
And we'll be going live to Carrie, who'll be visiting the real Downton Abbey to find out about stately Christmases past and present.
Yes, we will. Now, time for our very own ongoing family saga now, but with added fur and antlers, about the reindeer living in the Scottish Cairngorns.
Last night's film ended with us all genuinely very worried.
We were.
The whole crew were, even people who don't have emotions that work on the programme. We were worried about this newborn calf called Cicada. Would she survive her first few hours? We certainly hope so.
Didn't look good, did it?
Back in May, I had the privilege of joining Tilly Smith in welcoming the first of this season's new reindeer calves. Oh, gorgeous. I left Tilly with a camera, and just days later she was lucky enough to witness Dixie giving birth to baby Cicada. The first few hours of life can be dangerous for a reindeer calf. The tiny creature is at its most vulnerable to predators, and to survive it must quickly bond with its mother. But whilst Tilly was filming, a threat appeared from much closer to home.
Hanging around in the background is actually Dixie's last year's calf, Donut. Donut's extremely interested in the proceedings. She's obviously concerned that she's going to lose the affection of her mother, which she is. It can be a critical stage at the moment.
If Donut muscles in on the action, there's a strong risk Dixie may abandon her calf altogether. Intervening at this stage can cause more harm than good. All Tilly can do is wait. Sibling rivalry is a major problem every year. Elsewhere, another reindeer family is suffering such aggression from a jealous older sister that Tilly's daughter Fiona has to step in, separating off the mother and her newborn calf. In this case, it's quite clear where Mum's priority lies. With the birth of each new calf, last year's calf becomes automatically rejected. This may seem harsh, but it's an important step towards independence. Meanwhile, in what seems like an eternity to Tilly, Dixie finally accepts new baby Cicada. By early June, with all the calves successfully delivered, it's time to leave the safety of the calving grounds and head out onto the free range to fend for themselves. Dixie and Cicada and the rest of the herd are going to spend the summer roaming wild on the high tops and fattening off on the lush pasture. Although still snowbound in places, this isn't a problem for reindeer, as they're perfectly suited to digging through the ice for the tasty new shoots beneath. With the peak of summer just around the corner, all these animals will soon undergo an important transformation. It's August, and as the reindeer lose their thick winter coats, they gain their characteristic antlers, which can grow as much as a full inch every week. By now, any sibling rivalry has settled down. But as one problem disappears, another emerges. In the heat, the reindeer are plagued by thousands of bloodthirsty flies. And in their attempts to escape, calves can get separated from their mothers and injured on this rocky and treacherous terrain. Until Dixie, Cicada and all the reindeer come back down from the mountains, there's no way of knowing how many calves will have made it through the summer.
We'll see the conclusion of Mike's reindeer diaries tomorrow, won't we?
Yes, we will.
Thank heaven he survived!
It's all looking good on the reindeer front so far.
Now, Jean, you created and starred in the original Upstairs Downstairs, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I co-created with Eileen Atkins.
All right, OK. Yeah. Now, that was in 1971, 1975, almost 35 years ago. It's back on Christmas Day, Boxing Day, 9 p.m.
Yes.
3 one-hour specials on BBC One.
Yes.
Now, it's all, Downton Abbey happened this year, which we'll find out later is very closely connected with Upstairs Downstairs. Was that a coincidence? They both came out in the same year, within weeks of each other?
Well, what do you think?
Well, you tell me.
I think we were all surprised because the new Upstairs Downstairs had been in the works for about 3 years because we were trying, to sort out all, it was 40 years of rights. And then also it started, Downton Abbey, in the Edwardian era, which Upstairs Downstairs did.
Yeah.
So it might be a coincidence. And I might be the Queen of Belgium.
Are you? Let's just get that out of the way. So you're not?
No, honestly, I have no idea. Who knows in show business?
But the original Upstairs Downstairs was a massive hit, wasn't it? But it nearly didn't get to screen, did it?
Well, that's true. We started off with not much confidence from the studio, thinking, well, yes, all right, we like it, but let's see. And then they did like it, and that was all right. Some things went wrong. There was a strike the first day we went into the studio, and the technicians would only record in black and white, not colour. Then when the strike was over, everything else the studio had made went back and did it in colour, but we were only allowed to do 1 episode. So that went on, and then in the middle of the series, all the top brass changed, and they weren't interested in it. We were allowed to finish it, and then it just wasn't shown for months and months and months. And when it was shown, it was only shown on Sunday at something like 10:30 at night, with not much help, not much publicity. But both the public and the critics liked it instantly.
Yeah.
It was a success, amazingly,
It was absolutely brilliant, and it's so good that it's back. We have a clip from the first episode, Boxing Day, 9 p.m. BBC One. And you're still below stairs, but Rose is still winding and a-grinding.
Did anybody see you?
No, my lady. Codling 2 penn'orth as you asked, no salt, plenty of vinegar.
It was the vinegar smell that's driving me wild. The builders seem to have them every day.
Oh, shall I fetch a plate for you, my lady?
Nobody's looking. Can I tempt you?
No, thank you, my lady.
Oh, they
First
look
things
nice,
first,
didn't they?
yeah. How did you resist those fish and chips?
Easy, they'd been hanging around all day.
All right. And it was in the script, I suppose, as well.
Oh, yes.
And your character, Rose, is the only thing that's gone from the old to the new. New sets, new writers. Did anything else survive?
Well, the music is the same, which is very important.
Da, 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 da.
Very good.
Da, da,
Yes.
da,
Well, the title and the house, 165 Eaton Place.
Yeah, of course,
So
the
just those
address,
four
yeah.
things. But everything else starts in 1936, and everybody else, the whole cast, is different.
Now, people love Downton Abbey, as we said, it got record viewing figures, but Upstairs, Downstairs, the original, you must hold very high hopes for this.
Oh, yes, of course. I mean, you know, Upstairs, Downstairs, even the title, it's like Marmite. It's so famous.
And how big was it in the day? How many views did you get in the day?
Oh, it's over 20 million.
Over 20 million, more than the X Factor! All right!
Yeah, but there wasn't, what's this new thing called IT or being online?
Don't worry about it,
or
it's
something?
fine. It'll still be huge, absolutely huge.
Yeah.
Bigger than the X Factor!
So I think it's going to be a huge success.
Bigger than the X Factor!
Now then, all week, we showcasing the contenders for this Sunday's BBC Sports Personality of the Year.
Indeed, we are. Is it still heavy?
Here we have it.
Yes,
Oh,
it is.
Jean is really
still
heavy.
heavy. Tonight's nominees are the fastest in the country on horses, bikes and bobskeletons.
When Amy and I were younger, we used to get my grandpa's old sled and try and find the steepest hill we could and throw ourselves off. So I think she's always had a fondness for speed and for snow. I think we knew she had a special talent for skeleton at the Lake Placid World Championships in 2009. She got a silver medal in that.
Amy Williams going for gold for Great Britain.
The night before Amy's final Olympic race, we went to the pub with lots of friends and family, and we were just watching it, just crossing our fingers and really hoping that she would get the best run of her life.
Surely it's gold for Great Britain.
The moment that Amy crossed that line, we just leapt to our feet screaming, just realising what she actually did, that she got that gold medal for our country, and it's just crazy to think that's my sister who's done that. Amy Williams is an Olympic gold medalist and she's my twin sister.
I don't think I've ever seen a youngster work as hard as him. When he was quite young, he won his first national jersey. I think he actually broke the British record because he got far too quick for me to train with.
Final sprint, and they go for the line now.
His biggest dream was the Tour de France.
Cavendish hits the front now.
To be there was just absolutely mind-blowing.
Cavendish makes it an incredible 6 stage wins.
I feel honoured I've helped him and done what I could. He's my hero. Mark Cavendish has won more stages of the Tour de France than any other British rider, and I am very proud to call him my friend.
Andy grew up in a pretty female-dominated house, but that's where he got his fighting spirit from. He had to stand up for himself. He wanted to go down to ride horses every Saturday, and I wanted him to get homework done. When it got to the point that I lost track of how many winners he had, that's when I realised that there was something special.
And they're off and running.
The build-up to the Grand National wasn't really any different than any other year. We had 15 years of disappointment.
With one left to jump in the National, can he make it, McCoy?
Those final minutes when he crossed the line, it was unreal.
Tony McCoy wins the Grand National at the 15th attempt.
I was so happy that he had done it. So happy for him, so proud of him. Anthony McCoy is 15 times champion jockey, Grand National winner, and he's my son.
Yeah, most importantly, she's his son. No, he's her son. Bigger than the X Factor.
Bigger than the X Factor. More contenders tomorrow, and you'll have the chance to vote for your champion during the Sports Personality of the Year programme this Sunday at 7 p.m.
Now, Jean, you've never run in a sports competition, but you have been in Miss World? Well, we have evidence.